Well, welcome back to the channel, everybody, for my 1-year post-op update on my total hip replacement. Today is September 9th, 2025. Exactly 1 year since I had my surgery. This time last year, I was waking up in a hospital bed after having my part of my femur cut off and a spike shoved into my femur and a ceramic joint as well. The last episode we saw from me was back in June when I went and hiked Mount Sherman, got that one knocked off, a 14,000 foot mountain. Take a look, top right corner up there, you can see the link to go click on for the video. Go watch that one in full if you didn't see it. After I published that video about a week later, I went and hiked Mount Elbert with some friends and did a completely separate video for that as well. So you can take a look at that. I'm not going to put a bunch of that in here, but you can definitely go take a look. Again, top right corner. Go watch that video if you have not seen it. Incredibly beautiful scenery, great hike, and just a good time in the mountains at another 14,000 foot mountain. Later in June, on the 28th, we'll pick it up at the Red Rocks Canyon Open Space.
Well, good morning. It is Saturday, June 28th. Western States Day. Statesmas. I'm out at Red Rocks Open Space again to do about 8-ish miles. Been a good week, good training on the bike. And then yesterday also did a little over 6-mile run with some strides for the first time in a long time before surgery. So hip's been feeling pretty good. So I'll be curious to see how everything feels today. Ooh, on one of the walk breaks right now. It's hot. Man, I'm dripping sweat right now. I downed a whole thing of Tailwind high carb in 1 hour and 2 minutes. So 90 grams of carbs in an hour. That's a high for me. So feeling all right. Otherwise, just hot. Man, goodness. All right, about time to run.
And then later in July, on the 30th of July, I was invited to a special media event with Teva, not Teva, it's Teva, it's how it's pronounced, and you'll see why here in just a moment. But we all got together for basically a relay race to test out a pair of shoes or a pair of sandals that they are releasing or were releasing, and they're already out now. And it went pretty well. I was going into the relay knowing that I was going to have to run about a mile because we were doing mile relay exchanges, essentially a half mile out, half mile back. And yeah, it was fun. It was fast and I got my butt kicked, but I ran my fastest mile since surgery. Definitely nothing crazy, but I think it was like a 7:31, which, I was very happy with after not running fast at all. And it felt surprisingly good.
She's smoking me. Smoking me. Whew. Oh man. Whew. Well, just leaving the Teva relay event, and yes, I said Teva. It is Teva. It's not Teva. And Teva stands for nature in Hebrew, is how they get the name. But it was a relay event for some media folks that came out to test out the UltraTrail shoe, which is what I have, and also the M2T. But fun time, met some cool folks, and yeah, the shoes were nice, good response in the midsole. Actually, I was kind of surprised, so I'll do a full review on those in the future. But hip did well as well for the fast mile with no warm up. I was surprised. So yeah, it's a nice day, good weather in the 70s. It's perfect weather for it. Well, I figured I would give you a little more update on the hip. It's been a minute since I did a little update. Anyway, hip's been feeling good, really good. I had a PT session yesterday and just been feeling really good. I did take some time off from running for probably about 2 weeks. I had a cruise in there as well with my wife, which went really well. But before that, I just had a time where I went for a run and was good, and then I went for another run and it was frustrating because I was having some pain, and so I just made a decision to take a break, stop running completely for a little bit. And yeah, so now I am running. I've been running now for probably another about 2 weeks, a week or two, I think. This is probably the second week, but only up to about 45 minutes. So previously I was going up to 2 hours at times on the weekend, and that was just, I think, still too much for where I'm at in my recovery. So limiting it to about 45 minutes and only 3 days a week. So easy runs and then maybe get on the trail, but Honestly, so far they've all been around town, around my neighborhood, basically, in some road shoes. But it's been feeling good, and I've been doing the strength training, working on that a lot. Of course, doing that 3 days a week, plus the cycling still. So still being very active, and yeah, hip's been feeling good. So we're gonna stick with that. With my coach thinks it's a good idea, or not, coach and PT, that we're gonna stick with these shorter runs, 45 minutes for a while. Get consistent where that just feels good, no discomfort, feels good, and then maybe start creeping up a little bit. But for now, that's kind of where I'm at. And I guess it's July 30th, so I mean, honestly, it's almost 11 months post-op from the total hip replacement. So yeah, little update.
Then after that event, of course, this entire time I'm doing lots of strength training multiple times a week as well, some cycling, some incline, stair-stepper type things as well, seeing my physical therapist. So a lot of things, but the next activity I recorded was on the 23rd of August for a hike up the Manitou Incline and running down Bar Trail.
Hop by you all here. Go on the left side, thank you. On the left here, thank you. Through the middle, there you go. Thanks. I'm heading down Bar Trail right now. Went up the Manitou Incline. Today is August 23rd. Getting real close to 1 year post-op for my total hip replacement. So it's still humid today, overcast, great weather though, no rain. Trails are in good shape.
And then somewhere along the way in there, like I mentioned, I did take a little break from running. I just felt like I kept having some setbacks and not progressing the way I wanted, having some pain come back after running, on flat ground. So I decided to just kind of stop running and see how things went for a little while. Then on August 27th, I took the day off work and I went out and hiked the Decalibron, 4 14,000-foot mountains in one loop. It's Mount Democrat, Cameron, Lincoln, and Bross. I did a separate video for that. I really encourage you to go watch that one as well. It was incredibly beautiful scenery and just a good time. So go take a look at that video again, top right corner. Up there, you can see that one if you have not already watched it. But I did go out on September 6th, just a couple days ago, with my wife. We went out and did a very difficult, steep hike up Heiser Trail, and it was beautiful.
Out here on the Heiser Trail with my wife. It is September 6th, so almost a year post-op. September 9th will be a year. Steep hike going up, very steep. I'm gonna try to run down a little bit. But pretty day. You got a nice view behind me. Let's keep going. Well, we're up at about 8,600 feet right now. And this is just straight up this mountain. There are some switchbacks, but man, it's steep. Over there, that road is the Pikes Peak Highway. That leads people up to the summit of Pikes Peak. So we're higher than that right now, but obviously that goes up very high. Alright, well, we had the summit, heading back down now, trying to run what we can. Pretty technical in places and very loose, lots of loose rock, but it should be quicker. Running downhill right now. We've been running pretty much the whole descent. My wife is killing it. She's been working on some downhill practice, trying to be more confident and efficient, and she's doing great, really well.
And we ran down the trail then, which was, 2.5-ish miles of downhill, steep, running. So probably 15-25% grade for most of that downhill. And my hip felt great, felt really good. So that was encouraging. And I'm definitely going to be trying to do some more running here as well. Going to do the incline some more coming up. I really want to try to get my time on the incline back down to at least my pre-surgery time, which was 33 minutes flat. I think my best post-surgery is like 39 minutes, so I've got a long way to go. I got 6 minutes to make up, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're talking about less than a mile, that's quite a bit. So I got a lot of work to do. So now we are 1 year post-op exactly. It's been a good summer. 6 14,000-foot mountains hiked and ran some of them as well, of course. And, tons of strength training. I've been in the gym on average 3 days a week of lifting plus the cycling or incline on the stair stepper, doing a very, high intensity there as well, combined with some running here and there as well. So it's just been a lot of good training and physical activity, which I'm very thankful and grateful to be able to do. However, to be honest, I am disappointed in where I'm at in my recovery. I really wish I was able to run better without pain and discomfort still. My hip feels great 99% of the time, just, walking around with my wife, hiking, playing with the kids, whatever it may be, it feels great. From time to time, I get like a stiffness and a tightness feeling in the hip, more maybe in the thigh. Maybe that's the dreaded thigh pain that is common with hip replacements, where you have this pain in your thigh where that spike is in the femur. I wouldn't say it's a pain. For me, it's like a stiffness, a tightness. It just feels like pressure at times. And so I'm dealing with that. But I really wish I was able to run more. And I have not been able to, just because of that tightness, and the stiffness is the main thing I've been feeling after a run. So a little discouraging, but hoping it will get better with some time. I'm a year post-op now. Hopefully in the future I'll be able to run more. I really, really, really want to be able to do the Pikes Peak Ascent next year. So that's about a year away from today. So, I've got time, want to train for that. Running uphill is easier than running downhill as far as less impact on the joint. But we'll see. The scar on the hip still looks pretty brutal. It still looks like a nasty scar. It's not faded. Of course, I'm not really doing anything to it. I'm not putting any creams or ointments or aloe or whatever on it. It's just, I'm letting it go, and it looks like a scar, and it's not that bad, I guess. So my final thoughts on the hip surgery, basically. Knowing what I know now, recovery, how things have gone, at the beginning of all of this, I had a choice: either do the periacetibular osteotomy or a hip replacement. It's not good to look back and second guess for myself, but to help you all out there, I maybe wish I would have done the PAO, the periacetibular osteotomy. The recovery from that is much longer. Like, I probably would still not be doing anything like I'm doing now. Certainly would not have been doing any of the 14er hikes that I've already done this summer. But long term, I think it may be have been a better choice, because it's a permanent thing. My bones are moved and they heal together, and there's no metal in me. The screws that they put in for that, they would have had to remove, and it would have been a totally healed leg. I would have had all my parts in there still. Now I'm, obviously with the hip replacement, that may not be the case. I may have to have a revision at some point if something wears out, goes bad. I did meet someone at that Teva event that had a periacetibular osteotomy, and they were out running and not having any problems. So I don't know. Hindsight's 2020. But to help you all, just being transparent and honest, anyone thinking about the route they might need to go for their hip, really think about it. Think what's best for you. Talk to your surgeons, your care team. But I am glad I had the surgery, and I'm able to do a lot of things now with no pain, like hiking, a 14,000-foot mountain. I can do that without pain now, which is fantastic. So that is amazing, and hopefully it'll just continue to get better as time progresses. So what are some key things that I think have been helpful in my recovery and maybe will help you if you have a total hip replacement? Strength training, biggest thing, absolutely. First, obviously, your physical therapist. Work with a physical therapist. Do physical therapy. I know a lot of hip replacements They don't generally do physical therapy, maybe more than 2 weeks. I strongly recommend you work with a physical therapist for at least 4 to 6 months, really building strength back into the hip, mobility, working on everything with a professional. Before the surgery, do strength work in your lumbopelvic hip complex, your lower trunk. Build everything up, get it strong. It's going to help recovery, but certainly post recovery, post surgery, post physical therapy. I'm not working with a physical therapist, but my strength coach and my running coach is my physical therapist, so I do get that benefit from him. But definitely strength training. Do strength training. Build things back up. It is a slow process. Next thing is, do not compare yourself to anyone else. Don't compare yourself to me in my recovery at all. There's been hundreds, if not thousands, of comments on my hip replacement surgery video, which is now over 750,000 views, 750,000 plus views on that, thousands of comments. And there has been so many people saying, oh, my replacement went phenomenally. I was back to work in 2 weeks, no pain, I had experienced no issues. It's amazing. Life is great. And I am so glad for those people. That is awesome. But it can lead to comparison and me feeling like, well, dang it, why does my freaking hip not feel that great from time to time, early on in my recovery? And so really use the things that I've shown you to give you a better understanding of what could happen, but do not compare yourself to my recovery. You might do so much better, or you could do worse. Everybody is different. Everyone's bodies are different in how we react to surgeries. And so just please don't compare. That's it. Don't compare. Well, I think that's it. I think that's it for this 1 year post-op update. I don't really see myself doing any other updates after this specific to the hip. Of course, I'm going to continue to document things on YouTube. I've got lots of really good reviews coming out in the very near future, some products I can't talk about, some really cool things coming out. I'm going to continue to make good videos and content here on YouTube so you can still see what I'm up to and follow the journey if I get back to running. Honestly, I don't know if I'm going to be able to run ultra marathons again, and I've kind of come to grips with that and been okay with it. I really want to run an ultra, don't get me wrong, but I don't know if it's going to happen, and that's fine. I'm enjoying lifting weights a lot. I'm enjoying hitting new PRs in the gym, new bench press PRs, and all of that. I'm going to continue to do that, but don't go into your surgery focused on one specific thing afterwards. Just take it day by day. And yeah, I guess that's it. So follow me on YouTube, follow me on Instagram. You'll see more updates, more videos, more reviews, more products, more documentary films. I've got one I've been working on for over a year, and I really hope I can finish it in the near future. We'll see. It's going to be a good one, if so, inspiring. So anyway, yeah, thank you all for watching, commenting on these videos. Hope they have been helpful. And yeah, all right, we'll see you in the next one.